It's been a while, hasn't it? And it's actually been too long since the 2024 video. Reasons for that. One, that's you right now. Um, Wait, can I press this? And it looks like it's still the same. So I'm hoping it's all good, just because we're not starting with it yet. Reasons why. One, I got lazy. I didn't feel like doing it. Two, when I did want to do it, I wanted to use my roommate's camera, and then it wasn't working with my computer because I want to use my actual computer, but I have to go back on my laptop. Three, this year just wasn't that exciting. I was looking at like what I'll be talking about for 2025, and I think 2025 is going to be a lot of fun. Like 2025 is not only a lot of games, it's a lot of games with different opinions. There's a good amount of like stuff I've played before, but also a very like good chunk of like stuff I hadn't played before. So I feel like I kind of got spoiled in 2025. That just made me not want to do it more and more. But I don't really want to combine the two because I already, so for 2023, so 2022 was my first year doing it, right? Sorry, I'm literally in a study room right now. I don't know how I want to do this. So 2022 was the first year I did this, and that was just kind of I threw them all together, did it. 2023, I was keeping notes about what games I was playing when I finished it, and my like overall thoughts. 2024, I kept a list of games I played, and that was it. I didn't make any more notes. It kind of feels like I'm going back to 2022, but in like a worse way. I guess like it's not even like it's fun because it's new. I'm like, oh god, I have to remember how I felt about game X. Like this is like the only notes I have on here are like the platform and if I felt like I completed them or not. Right? But I still want to do it. I still want to do it just because I know I should. And I feel like 2020, like, I actually have laundry in the dryer right now and it has 48 more minutes. Probably actually 50. I don't know. So I mean, I'll stop it and go get it. But like, I feel like this year probably won't make it to the 2 hour mark. I have a hard time imagining that. I just don't have a lot like a lot of these games. I just don't have a lot to say about them. But like 2025 is going to be a long year. I feel like I've played a lot of new games and a lot of games that I think I've already said this before. A lot of games that like I felt something while playing them, and I didn't really feel about that with 2024. Like there's already a few games that I'm looking at here that I'm like I didn't play that game enough for me to have a lot to say. But I'm really tired. I still have schoolwork to do, and work was really tiring. But I want to make sure I get this out eventually. This feels like a good time. I'm not doing too much. I'm just waiting for laundry. I don't feel like doing schoolwork. I found my article I needed. I did my research. I just need to write about it. So I don't really feel like doing anything else today, okay? Glub, 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 glub. Glub, 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 glub. Yeah, I'm a little kitty girl. People hate when I do that. I don't know why. Okay, camera away. Let's go. Let's go in the order I wrote them on my list. So first we have is Overwatch. Now I'm putting Overwatch in A because I really like it. See, here's the issue. I didn't write any thoughts, so I don't actually remember what they released in 2024. But I like it. It's over. Like. No offense. I get like Blizzard isn't the best company. I know Overwatch isn't the greatest game. Now in 2025, currently Overwatch is an S ring, but A, it's good enough. I enjoy playing Overwatch. Sure, I for like a whole 6 months I was basically just playing Juno, and the 6 months before it I was just playing Lucio. Sometimes that's what it felt like. But like I enjoy Overwatch. It's a fun shooter, and I enjoy it. It's actually not the first game I have on my list. But like I'm already done talking about Overwatch. I don't remember enough. I mean, like it's a game that has its faults. Its community has its faults. Its developers have its faults. Its maintenance. I didn't drink any water. I just kind of put the straw in my throat. I don't know. It's fine. The first game I actually have is Dead by Daylight, and I actually have less to say about Dead by Daylight because I don't remember playing Dead by Daylight this year. I have no idea who came out this year. I don't really care about it. Dead by Daylight gets me for every now and again, and then I stop playing. That's like better than Valorant, who I've played maybe. No way I played even double digits of Valorants this year. There's no way I played even double digits of League of Legends this year, which is why I didn't put them on. I think like if I had played 25 games of both those games, maybe I would have put them on this list. Maybe. That felt good. I feel good. I feel regenerized now. Regenerated, revivified. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. Let's move on to a game I feel like I could talk about. Tetrio. Da 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 da. I literally just looked up these images and saved them. I don't really care how they look. I just got them. Tetrio's going in C. So the reason why I have Tetris on this list is because I think during the summer I really enjoyed playing Tetris, but I enjoyed watching Tetris videos. I was a really big fan of Puyo Puyo Tetris. I played Puyo Puyo Tetris 1 and 2. I think I'm a pretty good Tetris player. I'm pretty good at Tetris 99. I'm pretty good at Tetris. Tetris was my first instance of really playing Tetris on PC. So Tetrio was not actually verified by Tetris. It's a fan game. Um, why I didn't like Tetrio. Tetrio has a lot of different Tetris games have different variations of things, like how long it takes for a piece to just fall normally, or how fast you can push a piece down, how long a piece can be on the floor before you can flip it. That makes T spins a lot easier. Um, Tetrio had a lot of options for that. Like I could have different like times compared to somebody else. Tetrio felt like a competitive Tetris, and I wanted semi-competitive. I wanted a Tetris game that had online competitive options. I just didn't feel like Tetrio was for me. I don't think Tetrio's bad. I just personally didn't enjoy it. UI and everything was. It seems like a fine game. It just felt like I want to be playing Tetris on the same level as everybody else, and I want the game. I want us to have to not fight with the game, but I want you to have to play within the rules of the. I think a part of what makes Tetris so good is that it's very basic and not too difficult to understand, and anybody can really pick up and do it. Now, yes, there's knowledge checks. If you're really being high in Tetris, it's like what's your starting thing. I think like an older Tetris, an older newer Tetris is very different. I don't really care for older Tetris, but like an older Tetris, it's like how can you keep building without knowing you're gonna get an eye piece within the next 14 pieces. And like newer Tetris is how do you build while knowing you're gonna get that? How do you do those newer things you can do? And I just felt like I got skill checked, I guess, and I didn't enjoy that. Maybe I don't know. I'm also like I played a lot of Tetris on Switch and on controller basically, so not on keyboard. So I think it was just kind of weird thing. We're gonna have another Tetris game soon on this list, and I like that one more. I'll give you. I can't wink right now, so. Oh, you're little so. Oh, you're all so small. You're so small. Oh, wish, 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 wish. Oh. Next is Fallout 4. So if I remember right, I played Fallout 4 during my winter break. Why? I had it saved. I bought it probably when it was $35 2 or 3 years after its release, so I had it and I wanted to play it. I didn't play that much. I was just playing on the gay romance and ending it, and I didn't even get that far. Why'd I quit? I don't think I like I don't think I like the idea of the simulation of like having to set up the outposts or the civilizations, having to make sure they have enough food and water, electricity, and make sure the different places have enough like people there and like defenses and like I also I when I wanted to play this is so stupid. I wanted to play at Fallout 4, but I didn't want to have to make morality choices, and there's really no good enough I I didn't care about the Minutemen and any other like organization I didn't really care about. So I didn't really care. I just didn't care. I just didn't care. I realized, wait, I don't give a fuck about this game, so I stopped playing it. I don't like the civilization. I don't like town building games really that much. I don't like those kind of like Civ 6 games. Well, okay, I don't like the big civilization games, and I don't like the interdependent like cities building them like SimCity. I don't like SimCity, but I also don't like too much crafting games. Like I don't want too much crafting. And Fallout 4 was kind of a large combination of almost all of those things. So it just wasn't really a game for me. Was it better than Tetrio? Yes. But do I want to put Fallout 4 in D? Kind of, but also I don't care enough. Like this ranking is so subjective. I'm just talking about how I feel. I don't know Overwatch is an A ranked game in overall. I don't know if Overwatch is ranked A overall or if it's just for me. I don't know that, but it's gonna go in A. That's how I feel. Now we're going into Deadlock. I barely played Deadlock. I haven't played since like September or something. Um, However, Deadlock is on here because I don't think it's officially been released, but I'm very intrigued by Deadlock. I'm very intrigued by Deadlock. I'm gonna move it down for me just because having an A does feel a little weird. But Deadlock is a game that I definitely want to keep my eye on. Um, because it sounds and seems fun. It does sound and seem fun. And while I was playing it, I wasn't having a bad time. I just think that I would need to delve into Deadlock more, and also I would want an official release, which I don't think has like happened. Like I still think it's like early access isn't necessarily it. Like I don't need it to get out of early access. Like even being in early access is fine. I need to research Deadlock more, look into it more, and then decide. Okay, when am I deciding I'm gonna go in? Because I don't want to go into Deadlock too early. Why? I guess like time reasons. Like it's kind of shitty to be like, I just don't want to get into a game and realize, oh, this isn't what I want. I want to see what it more is into and then come back because that's the thing. It's gaming in 2024 5 nowadays. It's like you only have so much time. I mean, also just being an adult, you only have so much time. So I'm intrigued by Deadlock. I could see Deadlock being something I'm very into, or I could see Deadlock being eh. Like I could see next year for me to not have Deadlock on here at all. I could see for Deadlock not to be in a game for the next 3 years, and all of a sudden I'm like, this is the shite star. Okay, next is Tetris Effect. Tetris Effect, I had known about its existence, but I never actually played Tetris Effect. Tetris Effect's gonna go in S because I guess I like Tetris. um, I bought Tetris Effect for PC. I really enjoyed it. I don't know what to say. I S starred the easy and normal modes for all the levels, and then like think I did half of the expert or whatever modes. I did some of the side modes S them. I went online for a little bit and played. I have a video. Click all the links that aren't here, but I did do a video of those, and I thought that was pretty good. I enjoy Tetris Effect. I wish at times that I could get rid of the all the effects just so I would have like blank or something more basic. Just because so many lights and things moving can be a little overstimulating at times. Not just overstimulating, but just like more than what I want. But I really enjoyed Tetris Effect. I thought it was good. Maybe overpriced, but I don't remember the price. I enjoyed Tetris Effect. I enjoyed it. No, if I could just rip it like here, that would be really funny. Next is Metaphor Refantasio. So Metaphor Refantasio um, was a game by the Atlas, so by the Persona creators. It had very similar Persona mechanics. You have a task to complete by a certain month, and during that month you can train, you can do quests, or you can hang out with people, and hanging out with people builds your relationship with them, and depending on your relationship can increase like if they're party members how they perform, or just like you hanged out with the shopkeeper, 15% off everywhere for shopkeeping or whatever, you know. And the story was really intriguing. Some really interesting characters, i.e. Basilio, dog dude, very hot, come call me. Yeah. But I didn't finish it. I don't know what happened there. I just think the end. I think it happens a lot in story based games where you can tell like, oh, like in story based games where the gameplay part of it is really good. I don't know. Maybe this is just me talking out my ass. Sometimes I feel like I can see like, oh, yeah, you put a lot of time at the beginning and middle because you have to, but at the end things kind of like you had to finish the game. You had to finish things, and obviously it was kind of rushed. I felt that. I feel like I felt that. I think I was either at the last like main story beat or the second to last, like like your monthly quest thing. I think I was really close, and I just dropped it. I think also at some point the gameplay I started getting just like I don't want to play the game anymore. Like I don't want to not play the game anymore. I just want to see the story end, and the gameplay was just kind of getting in the way of that. Sometimes I just feel that like I'm like this isn't. I want in 2023. I played a lot of visual novels, I think I really like visual novels. So sometimes what happens in games with a lot of story that feel visual novel esque is I no longer want to play the gameplay. I just want to read the story. I'm having that right now on 100 Line Defense Academy or something like that, which will be in my 2025 video. And I'm really enjoying that, but I changed the difficulty to easy. I did that for one fight. I was like, oh, this is a really difficult fight. Let me just move it down to easy. And then I just haven't changed it. I just haven't changed it back to normal just because I'm like, the story beats are so interesting and so good, and seeing character interaction are so. I love the art. The gameplay is fine. It isn't bad. It's by no means bad. Like if you had a full game based on that, I think you would probably get 10, 15, maybe 20 hours if you added other mechanics and such. But I'm really just there for the story, and the gameplay is just not something I'm super interested in. So I'm gonna put Metaphor at 8 because it was still really good. The gameplay was good for the majority of it. I just kind of got a little tuckered down by everything, and I decided to drop it. There wasn't any point where I decided, oh, I'm done playing this game, but it just kind of kept going that I wasn't going back to it. It's kind of came to that point where, oh, I am no longer playing this game. And next I have Poke All Toads demo. So I at first I found this game. Oh god, where? At first, I found this game on like a funny Twitter clip or something, and I actually saw it was a game. So Poke All Toads is just there's a fairy. It's a puzzle game. It's a puzzle game where there's a fairy, and she wants to poke all the toads. But some of the toads are across big gaps. So how do you get across the big gaps? How do you poke all the toads, and then you have to touch the flagpole to end the level? How do you do that without getting caught? Well, it's a puzzle game. It's a puzzle game, and I enjoyed it. It's funny little. There are fairies who want to poke the toads. It's stupid. It's funny. I enjoyed it. It's just a demo. I don't think the full game has came out yet, but when the full game comes out, as long as it's like under $20, if as long as it's under $20, I'll probably buy it. I'll probably buy it. My throat feels more dry than it was before I sank this. Sank this. Drank this. Next is Baldur's Gate. So if I remember right, I did have Baldur's Gate on my list last year, but it was I kept getting bogged down by it. I didn't want to play it, but then I finally started playing it like right away in 2024. Like right when 2024 started, I basically started playing it and I loved it. I At this point I had probably played like 3 full games. Like I played one full game when I finally like got it. I played one full game and I really liked it, and then I started again with mods, and I got to like halfway through Act 3, and then they updated it so my mods broke and I just didn't care anymore. And then I played again and I got like halfway through Act 2, and then I stopped, and then I tried to start again, and I don't think I left Act 1. I loved Baldur's Gate. So much fun. I love Gale. Karlak, her final scene where she like accepts like what's happening to her. I almost cried there. Her interaction with Gortash, I almost cried there. Um, I don't like Asterion. I don't like him. He's not intriguing to me. He isn't intriguing as a character. Did I date him? No. Could I have learned more about him? I guess. But also, a part of game design is like when players don't want to make those decisions. You know like not everybody's gonna choose to date all the characters. Obviously, how do you like get those interactions? Whatever. Whatever. Cookie. But I enjoyed it. I really did enjoy it. My first run through, I also put it on easy difficulty for everything, and then I gave like bosses their special action, and that was fun. I enjoyed the gameplay and the story. I enjoyed it. I enjoyed my time. I wish I had made notes so I remembered specific things I wanted to talk about, which I probably did feel specific things, but yeah, I mean, I enjoyed my time. I think there are some points I was like, oh, but I really enjoyed the flexibility, doing what you wanted to do. It's Baldur's Gate. Basically, everybody had it as their game of the year, so it wasn't my game of the year 2023, but I really enjoyed it in 2024. Hades 2, I'm gonna put as A. It's Hades, but again, I really enjoyed Hades. I'm currently not playing Hades 2. I played it a few patches ago. At this point, it's been updated. I'll probably come back to Hades 2 once it leaves early access and it's a complete game. Probably come back to it, beat it and everything. So I don't know if they're going to be finishing in 2025 or 2026, but I'll be interested to see how they finish it. What's all be happening once the game's been fully released. Everything's like finalized and they're just doing small and little patches. But I'm really excited to see what Hades will look like. Hades 2 will look like when it's completed. So it's definitely something I'm looking forward to. And I enjoyed what I played and saw. I just there's so much that I want to do, and there's only so much time I can put in everything. So Hades 2 is on the back burner one until they complete it. Tamatsi is going as S, probably close to my game of the year if I had to pick one. Game of the year is so subjective for me because some of these games came out in 2024 and some of them didn't. So Tamatsi, if you remember in 2023 or 22, I don't remember, there was Hexels, a puzzle game about like basically Minesweeper, but you never have to make any guesses. Tamatsi is basically Hexels, but with like colors and different shapes and other mechanics. I like Tamatsi. I haven't finished it because it's a lot of puzzles and I have to like sit down and think like I can't be listening to a podcast. I can't be watching YouTube while doing it. It's like a music only kind of thing. It's like Poke All Toads' puzzle was also kind of funny, and I don't have to like hard focus. Tametsi, I have to like focus. So, Backpack Battles. I'm surprised it's 2024. Backpack Battles is kind of like an auto battler that's Ask Storybook Brawl from 2022 that I really enjoyed, but Backpack Battles is just a little bit different. Um, Now that's something like I probably have over 100 hours at this point just because I can put on a YouTube video, put on a podcast. It's something to wind down with. I don't have to think too much. I can kind of force certain builds, which I like. I like being able to keep my brain off and forcing certain builds. And I'm at Diamond in their ranked games, so that feels like good enough. Like that feels good enough. I have the character I like to play. I have a few builds I like to force. There are a few builds I don't do, but usually that is like there is enough builds I know how to build and like to build that I'm not like fucked over. Wizard 101, I bought for like 3 or 4 months. I love Wizards 101, but like whatever. Like I enjoyed finally being able to go into those sponsored paid areas that I wasn't able to as a kid. But I just don't think MMOs are for me. I think that's probably a big thing is that MMOs just aren't for me, and even if it's Wizards 101, it's not gonna be able to grab my attention long enough. It seems like a lot of time I'd have to invest. I think based on the games and what I've talked about, if the game isn't keeping my interest, I drop it. Or if I have issues with it, I'll make it easier to drop it. And Wizard 101 just isn't for me, and that's fine. It's not a game I enjoy. Now this is interesting. So, where did I put it? So Yumaneko When They Cry is probably actually my game of the year. Oh, I don't think I finished it. Oh God, wait. Oh, so Yumaneko When They Cry was on my 2023 list. So Yumaneko When They Cry or Yumaneko no Naku Koroni is a game split into 2 parts, question arc and answer arc. There are 4 episodes in each. I've heard it's like 150 hours. Like it's a book. You're reading a giant fucking book. The first 4 the questions are the main character Battler. He goes on a trip with his family to their remote island, and they're there for 2 days. But a tsunami happens, so they're stuck for longer than what they want to be. And during the course of the 4 question arcs, his family is slowly murdered, and he's taunted by a witch, Beatrice, and she's like, solve my riddles, prove it's not magic." Basically, like she's like, "This is magical," and he's like, "Witches don't exist, magic doesn't exist," and he's like, or she's like, "This is magic, look at this," and he's like, "No, that's fake, here's how," and she's like, "Ooh, red text, you're incompetent, bitch," and he's like, "Ah." So it's a game that's basically asking the player, the person, pressing it, like solve them, like figure out, like she's saying all these things in red text, which basically means this is true. This is not like fighting magic versus mystery. This is true. If you are trying to assume something about this puzzle, it has to fit in with these rules. It just has to be. So it's basically asking the player figure out how this wasn't performed with magic. And the 4 answer arcs are more clues for you to try to figure it out, and then also kind of an answer. I played questions 1 through or episodes 1 through 7, and then a little bit of 8. I don't know. At that point, like I kind of stopped. But I've like gone online. I've read on the wiki. I've read a lot of the manga or the chapter 8 manga, and I've like watched certain videos. I just didn't do it in order. A lot of people dislike chapter 7 and 8 as well. It's a whole thing about like they don't tell you the full answer. It tells you it. It tells you it. But it doesn't split say it explicitly, but it tells you it. So some people like the manga more because it says it a lot more explicitly. I don't know. A lot of it is talking about like truth and what is truth to certain people, and like just because everybody else accepts something as true, do you have to accept it as true? And what even is true and what's a lie? And like, what is a mystery novel? What's the relationship between a mystery novel writer and the reader? Like, what is that? And how do you move forward from the past? And how do you learn to forgive and forget? And like, how do you learn to not do that? I don't know. Yumaneko no Naku Koroni is pretty good. I think it's pretty good. There's like an 8-hour video of somebody who argues against the creator's main idea and has their own idea. And I don't think they're right, but I think it's actually like very much what the writer wanted you to do. Be like, what's the truth? What is your answer? And to be like, no, this dude's doing a full like thing, lying to us, pretending the actual murderer. Here's the actual thing. Here's how they did it. Here's why it can't be the supposed actual answer. I don't think they're right. I think the person might even come out and argued against their own stance. But I mean, I really like the idea of that. I thought that's really cool. I like it. The game has some really weird sexual moments, especially at the beginning, but eventually they stop doing those and it gets good. Once it's about the mysteries and the murders and how to solve them, it gets good. When it's about your cousin's boobs because she's 18 and you're 18 now too, it's weird. It's weird. The casting of Frank Stone was the combination between the people who made Until Dawn, I don't remember their name, and Behavior Interactive. The casting of Frank Stone has a lot of issues. I think a part of the issue is that they wanted more time to develop, and Behavior was like, no, release it now. So again, you can kind of tell at the end there isn't as much time developed. You play as a few characters, one in like 2024, and some more characters in like 1980. And the 1980 people get attacked by this dude who tried to kill a baby like in the 60s, but he's like a ghost because he's a killer from the Dead by Daylight world, kind of. No, not yet, but he's got like magical powers basically. And in 2024, all these new people are around there, and they realize the person they've been invited by is trying to recreate that individual, Frank Stone, to then make the entity appear, to then make him a killer because she loves the entity or whatever. It's another game where it's like until dawn. Characters can die, but their death doesn't change the ending. Like that. That's just how these based beat games go. Like that's just what Until Dawn is. Like that's what Until Dawn is. It's really hard to create like very well having different characters. Certain characters can live or die, have different relationships with each other. It's just hard to build that and really have a different ending for each like circumstance. Like you're just not gonna have that. Um, Frank Stone also had a lot of like issues when the game was released because like it ran really slowly and poorly. Like it was not optimized at all. It was so poorly optimized. I think casting of Frank Stone has a lot of good base, but it needed like another year to cook. It needed at least another year to cook. And it didn't get that, so it goes in C. Once Upon a Galaxy is oh god, is this my game of the year? So Once Upon a Galaxy, I don't think it's made by the people who did Storybook Brawl, but I think a lot of the artists a part of Storybook Brawl is Once Upon a Galaxy. It's a mobile game. Ooh, that's very Storybook Brawl esque. But it's mobile, so instead of games taking super like 30 minutes, it's like you can play and finish a game in like 5 to 10 minutes. Like 10 minutes is like the max. Like it's like 5 to 7 minutes usually. Um, I love Storybook Brawl. I'm upset it died. I'm upset it was an NFT game, basically in its final moments. That was super irritating, but it's just something you have to deal with. Once Upon a Galaxy is the game I was looking for. Um, there's a few weird mechanics with like all the characters have a shared pool. Like everybody's gonna have the same characters, but then you can also have a deck which can make the character show up because it's an auto battler. So there's a chance for the characters in your deck to show up, but your deck can only be 12 out of I think 70 cards. Like the 70 cards are the cards which are not in the shared pool. So no 15, no 12. It's 12. It's 12. I'm gonna say it's 12. So like sometimes like if you have a car, if you're playing the hero that has a lot of the if you're playing the hero that helps buffs hero cards, you're going to want to have a lot of hero cards in there. And if you're playing the one that has a lot of villains and gains buffs to villains, you play that one. So your two decks are very different, but they don't like you get cards for characters separately. So I could have the OP card on my villain, but not on my hero, basically the main character. So you can unlock cards which aren't useful on certain people. It's also kind of like you never like if you play a hero, you're gonna unlock progress to a card for them, but you also get a lot of randomized cards for random heroes, which kind of sucks. I don't mind it that much. I don't think it's that big of a deal. I think sometimes the people who are like, "Oh, I need to have the best 12 cards," I'm like, "No, you don't. No, you don't." I think the only thing that really hurts is that scam in auto battlers is a term for where um so there's a card that's like 0 damage and 28 HP, but its effect is when I'm attacked, I deal that much damage to a random card. Scam works by having really weird effects like that that don't rely on base numbers. So Scam is the kind of deck you build to be high rollers that have like millions of damage and millions of health that you're just not going to be able to build up to beat. Like there's one card that's Medusa. When I attack, turn the card I attack turns into a 3/2 statue. That card could have millions of HP and all of a sudden it's gone, right? I think sometimes the issue with their card system is that there aren't enough scam cards in the shared pool, so sometimes somebody gets a really high roll and you just aren't that good enough to beat it. Um, and also, it's asynchronous, which is probably the bigger thing. Is that, oh, why do I have a Discord notification? Hold on, let me look at my Discord notification. Cool. Yeah, work was hard. My roommate's just telling me, wow, I heard work was hard today. Sorry. And I was like, yeah, it is. It was hard today. I was super busy today. Um, it's asynchronous, so you're playing against people who already played asynchronous games. So their boards, like you might have killed their unit that's like if I survive, gain a random treasure. And in the game that that person played, they did survive that character, so they did get that treasure. But in your game, they died. But their board and treasures are going to act as if it was from their original game, but not their health. It's a really weird way to explain it, but basically it means you don't have to wait for people. It's just keep going. Are you done with your turn? Go ahead and play. That's why it can take 5 to 7 minutes, because if you wanted to take 20 minutes because you're really thinking hard about things, you can. I think it's kind of in the middle where people who want it to be really casual don't feel like it's casual enough, and people who want to be super competitive say it's not competitive enough. Um, but I don't care. I'm in that middle where I enjoy playing it. I enjoy being competitive enough, but it's also casual enough that I don't have to give enough shits. It's Storybook Brawl again, but on my phone, and I'm really excited for the Steam client just so I can play it on my computer. I love it. It's probably my game of the year. It's a new battle pass every month, $10, and then about a new skin in the shop every month, which is like 500 gems. Sure, go ahead. Here you go. Here you go. Here is my money. Please stay alive. Like I've unlocked every single card for all the heroes minus the newest one from this battle pass of May. My next game I have on here is Sims Kingdom. So this was a re-release from the original Sims and Sims Kingdom for the Wii on Switch. I didn't play it well enough. Like I didn't play that much, but Sims Kingdom I had for for my DS, and like that was during the age where like DS and Wii games would be different from each other. Like it was two different development teams, like with a totally different game. But I played Sims a good amount on my Wii. I really liked my Sims. I really liked my Sims Agents. Now I would buy a second one of that. I probably hate it because I'm no longer fucking 10. Whatever. I'm putting it in B just because A, I didn't play enough of it. I feel like I bought it for $60, maybe $40. I don't remember. And it's also in B because I do like playing it as a kid, and it's just a re-release of it. so it feels good enough to put it in B. Next is Stitch. Stitch is another puzzle game, i.e., like Tamatsi or Poke Toads. Um, it was just a really bad time for me because my Switch had stopped, like, all the Joy-Cons had stopped working, and it's just an okay puzzle game. It's not even that puzzly. Like, it's not even, like, maybe I didn't play enough to get to the difficult puzzles, but it just wasn't difficult enough for me. We're really getting into some games. Oh, fuck, wait. Oh no, okay, this game's next. Okay. Triangle Strategy I didn't play enough of. So it's gonna go and be I got it for Switch. I played like the first few chapters. I enjoyed its gameplay. I wonder how I would have liked, but I also worried that I would have got bored of the gameplay and just cared about the visual novel aspect of it. But maybe at some point I'll play Triangle Strategy. I don't know. Oh, Alarmo, Alarmo. Let's talk about Alarmo. Alarmo is an alarm clock by Nintendo Switch. That was $100 that I had to have somebody else buy it for me because at first it was only available in stores, like in their specific Nintendo stores in like San Francisco and New York for America, or a Nintendo Switch order. So I had to have somebody else buy it for me, and then I gave him $100 cash. Alarmo's big thing is that the things it beeps, like its hourly charms and its alarms, can be like Pikmin, Mario, Mario Kart, and like two other things I don't remember. Oh, Animal Crossing. I have it set to Pikmin right now, so every specific hour outside my sleep time, it's pew 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 picking that many Pikmin. Um, Bellarmo's big thing is that you don't have to press the shut off button. It's supposed to like it's got like a camera to be like, oh, I see that person going into bed now. I'm not gonna tell it to go to bed. And when like its alarm is set to go off, you don't have to press it. You could just get out of bed and it'll stop ringing. And also like if it sees you get back in bed too early, it'll alarm at you again. Um, but like that doesn't work if you have a pet or somebody else who sleeps in your bed, or if you're on a bunk bed, so it can't even look at you. I used it as an actual alarm clock for about 2 months, and then now I just have it set to hourly chime. I think for between 6 a.m. and 10 p.m. it'll do its hourly charm, and that's fun, and I like that. I just don't. Everybody put your hands in there like you just don't care. I just don't think it was worth $100. But I love it. I love my Alarmo. Okay, next game is Raging Loop. So during 2023 or 2023, I played a lot of visual novels, and I wanted to play more of them in 2025, and I didn't play that many. Raging Loop is one of the few I did, and so Raging Loop was advertised to me as a werewolf, or a mafia game with time loop shenanigans. So the same character would play the game and then it would loop and it'd be different people. This was I thought it was going to be very much like Genosia, which is again a werewolf game, but it's got 15 people. Now, Genosia is a lot different. Like, to beat the game, you have to replay it 150 times and learn specific information about specific characters. That game is almost like a rogue-like visual novel a little bit with werewolf elements, which was very good. Genosia is an amazing game. Definitely one of my favorite games of all time. Reaching Loop was advertised to me as like you have to go back a few times with different loops with different people going to be different things, and then I was assuming I have to help or I would try and figure out like what are people and have more decisions. Raging Loop actually had, I want to say, three routes, like three different variations of rules for people. And the three different routes were basically like of the three main girls and who you were most tied with. The first girl, I don't remember any of their names. This game was so shitty. The first girl was like, a part of the game is that you're trapped, like, you break down your motorcycle and you're trapped in a little small village and the village tries to get you away, but you're like, my motorcycle is not working, I cannot leave, this place doesn't have electricity, it's one phone only connects to the bigger city it's connected to, like it's like a town of like 12 people, and while you're there at night the fog rolls in, everyone's like, oh no, we need to lock our doors, wash our faces, go to sleep or whatever, because in the morning the werewolf, whatever it's called, will be there, and then they have to play werewolf by each day choosing who to hang to kill. Um, but it's like the first route, he's not allowed to be a part of it, and I thought, okay, this is the prologue. I'm getting an understanding, whatever, whatever. But coming off Yumaneko, I thought there's going to be explanations for these magical things. None of this is going to be real. Let's try to figure it out. And it's true, almost, that there was no real magical things. But like it's like to find out you're a werewolf, your body, like your stomach, was gonna have like red blood painted on it for you to know if you're a werewolf. If you're one of the special rules, Snake, which was the detective, or if you were like the snitch, like the fake imposter, you were gonna have the badger written on you. It was like, how is that getting written on you, and why are these people going to sleep for it to be written on them? And it's like, it's because the people from the big village are having this happen because they're afraid the people from the little village are going to rise up and kill them, because one dude did that like 20 years ago, and the whole village also did that like 40 years ago. So this is their way to like make them scared, and like, so like though they break into their houses and write it in blood, and they probably have gas in there. And it's like, oh, when you're a werewolf for one of the routes, it's like how they can unlock one door only. Once the door is unlocked, that's the person they have to choose to kill. But how does the door just unlock by itself? Because like, while you're not a werewolf, you're trying to investigate how do these werewolves get in. It's like, who knows? And the answer is, the doors are all automatically locked, and somebody else can unlock them from like a third location. So it's that somebody's going in and unlocking the doors, like through a computer. But it's like, there's no technology here. How are they doing that? If people don't go to sleep at night, they die, and all that stuff is a bunch of blood and flesh and meat. And how is that possible? It's because the people from the main village have a whole underground tunnel system of rabid dogs. And the three main routes are basically romance routes for who you choose to end up with. The main character at the end reveals that he's been lying the entire time. His name is something different. He's a mystery writer. We had inclinations that that wasn't his real name, but nothing about anything else about him. No, none of the characters are that interesting. It was bad. It was bad. It was bad. There wasn't anything good in it. There's I had seen that while looking at reviews. It's like, it's a good game, but the ending sucks. Not only does the ending suck, the rest of the game sucks. I think they had a really good baseline of werewolf but time loop, but they floundered. They floundered. Next is Marvel Rivals. Marvel Rivals is going to the top of C list. It's not my game. It's just not a game for me. I don't think it's a bad game. It's just not a game for me. And remember, this list is all about how I feel. Is my laundry almost done? 8 more minutes. Okay. I can finish up in 8 minutes. Next game I'm going to do is Project Eden's Garden. Project Eden Gardens is a Danganronpa fan game. I loved this game. I hadn't played the prologue at all, so I played prologue in chapter 1. The other chapters are still being developed. Loved it. Amazing characters, amazing reasons for murder, amazing reasons to not murder, amazing reasons to be murdered. This was an amazing game. I'm looking forward to it. The last game is Jock Studio. It's a game I helped kickstart about a year ago, something maybe more or less than that. It's by Blitz, and if you rearrange the letters easily, their title is It's BL, as in It's Boys Love. It's a gay boys love game. There's 6 main characters. Who are you gonna romance? This is demo 2. I didn't play demo 1 because I guess I didn't. So I think demo 1 had the actual like beginning, and demo 2 was like the first few weeks of. It's called Jock Studio because, from my understanding, again, I didn't play demo 1, but it's basically your ace. It's your second semester at this new college that's all about athletes. You have even chose what sport you're in, and you don't have any friends. So like, one of your friends, or maybe someone you run into, is trying to start basically a cam studio. It's basically a cam studio. So you get like 6 different boys from different of the sports games, and you photograph them nude. and they're into it because they're getting paid. And also, I think at least 5 of them are gay. The sixth one is doing it for money, I guess, and is a little homophobic, but like that's what you expect, right? I like the football guy. I think I'll probably play it at least 2, maybe 3 times for the routes for the characters. There's good images. There was another BL game that went on sale during the Winterfest or Springfest, and I bought it, and I haven't played it at all, but I own it, so I'm excited for that to be on the list for 2025. Like 2025 is gonna be such a better year. I played so many other games. I really enjoyed the games I played. I really didn't enjoy some of the games I played. I think. Um, yeah, I'm excited to see what 2026 brings. Jock Studio, I'm putting you also in B tier just because I'm B tier is just the tier. I don't have any strong feelings about the games in B tier. They could go in A, they could go in C. So you're gonna go in B. I'm excited for what Jock Studio and Deadlock bring. Once Upon a Galaxy, I'm still playing. 2025 is gonna be such a better year than whatever. One minute, please. It's an airplane. 2025 is just gonna be such a better year compared to whatever the shit this was. Like I just didn't this year I had a lot of fun playing the games I liked, but I feel like there was enough games that I just didn't touch enough or didn't like. Casting a Freaking Stone, maybe I'd move up to B. Marvel Rivals that would maybe move up to B. I'll talk to you later, later. Ooh, I'll talk to you later, later. Ooh, if it's real, how I feel. You already know the deal. La 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 la. That's right. Tell me what I like. If you wanna change my love. Na 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 na. Oh my, Takana Kanaji. Talk talk, ring ring. About it, don't need me. Tell you what you want. Every night. Yeah, oh la la. Da da you got me. Ooh na na. Bounce and you feel me. I'll talk to you later, later. Okay, yeah. Under an hour? That's actually kind of crazy. I just don't have strong feelings about these games, and I don't think most of them were very good, honestly. Uh, I got diagnosed. I got a disease. It's Nya disease. Oh, you haven't heard about it? Let me tell you about it. Yeah, I'm a little kitty girl. Yeah. I like doing their rabbit ears because I think it's so much weirder. Yeah. Wait, pig. I'm a pig. Oink oink. 3 little piggies sitting on a bench. One fell off and broke his nose. Yeah. Oh my god, I'm a parrot. Squawk. Wait, is this not? Oh, this is the light for the camera. That's the camera. Mwah. Wait, I forgot to talk about the game I made. It's called it's called Sudoku, and you make dictionaries.